All right, let me speak on the match between Nigeria and Morocco. I'm a Nigerian, obviously. Did Nigeria lose that match because of the poor officiating display of the referee and the other officials? No, no. What did the referee do wrong? What? One, most of the 50-50 context was in favor or were in favor of the Moroccan players. You are correct. When the Moroccan players kick the ball off, even after the whistle have been blown, the referee did not give them yellow card. You are correct. But these two things, are they at the discretion of the referee? They are. Now, do you understand what they call home advantage at all in football, especially in tournament games? That to the host nation, there is a level of advantage they have. Even the players know that any referee that is going to officiate a match against the host nation will show a level of protection in favor of the host nation. They know this. I can tell you that the referee would have told the authority of the host nation that, see, I cannot be obviously biased because of my job, but the only thing I can assure you is all the 50-50 context that are supposed to be in my discretion, I will give it in favor of the Moroccan players. The Moroccan players will be a little bit protected. I will not issue yellow card in case I will not issue too many yellow cards in case they proceed to final. But any other thing, I will not. We have seen this play out. The players should know that beyond the decisions of the referee, their performance will really matter. If it has not mattered before, in this game, it will really matter. That despite the decision of the referee, when you have the ball, what will you do with the ball? When you have the ball, what will you do with the ball? Because you cannot hold ball and referee say drop the ball. No, it is not possible. So that's why I said we lost the game, not because the referee showed advantage towards the Moroccan team, but because we were not up to it that day. It was obvious that the players were fatigued. Akko Adams was not there at all. He could not even dribble. He could not even control. Lookman only had one shot on target. We played 120 minutes with a biased referee. No penalty against us. We could not even play any shot apart from two. Meanwhile, those other the person you said the referee favored played 20-something shots. There were instances that the referee would have fed on our mistakes to show his bias. One, Calvin Bassey, that shot by Hakimi that was going straight to Wabali, that Calvin Bassey's hand stopped. That Bruno now slowly, because he also felt that the referee was going to blow it, slowly kicked it off. The referee said, play on. We have South African person in the VAR. We have a Tunisian person in the VAR. They could have just called him back to say this ball was directly to Calvin Bassey's hand. Calvin Bassey made himself bigger. There is no argument. He did not touch any other place, so he touched his hand direct. The ref only decided against it because he felt it was not intentional. But if he had blown it, will it have been a penalty? It would have. That would have been the best place he would have shown his bias against Nigeria. How about that match against Tunisia? The penalty that was awarded against us. The ball touched this guy's back before the hand. His hand was resting on the defender's hand. Back. But what happened? It was called for penalty. Did anybody die? So if he had actually blown that Bassey's handball for penalty, would you have argued? If you are talking about robbery, that was not robbery. That was just home advantage. And I agree that there was home advantage, but robbery, no. We were not robbed. Our players were not just up to it. Oyedika could not fit into the space of Ndidi. He was overwhelmed by the noise by the noise and the voices of the home fans. He was just sleeping on the ball, which affected the progressive nature of Nigeria's football. You cannot even look at this match we played against Morocco and say, okay, yes, it's identical to what we have been playing. That's what we're saying. All of us now realize what I've been saying, that the only reason why we see a better Iwobi was because he had Ndidi and Onyeka being his rock, defending him. Because anytime you make Iwobi do much of energetic work or defensive work, he will lose his flair. He will lose the energy to even think. Exhaust Iwobi physically, then you have already exhausted him mentally. Go and watch Iwobi's game. But if he still has his energy on, then he thinks straight, he makes decision quick and all that. But Ndidi was not there, and that was a big miss for him. He had to now mark. By the time he gets the ball, there was no energy to use his mental ability like he would have loved to do. So please, it was not the referee. We were not just there for that semi-finals. Not because they didn't want to fight, but nothing there. It was obvious. We've seen what they played before now, but this one you go know say nothing there. So it wasn't because they didn't want to play. It wasn't because the referee was against us, but we just had a bad outing that day, which we should just accept and just move on. When you are talking about bad officiating or robbery, then you also go to the match between Barcelona and Chelsea, where there are several penalty calls. If those were the things we had and the referee did not blow it, I can understand. That's it. We had penalty call, but he did not blow. That Calvin Bassey's ball that hit his hand, if it were to be a Moroccan defender that stopped the ball like that, though not intentionally, but did not blow penalty, we will be here shouting, see oh. But now we are shouting, no, it's not a penalty. It's not a penalty, it's this. So if he had wanted to show his bias, it was an easy call for him. So let's just leave it and then move on. Let's see what comes next, whether we will qualify for the World Cup or not. Let's see what will happen. Thank you very much. I'll see you in my next video.